The sub 250 gram drone market is constantly growing, mainly through the growth of restrictions and all the complications that come with them, especially here in the UK. With this in mind, you're probably wondering what's the best drone in the 250 gram genre, as it were. And I would say going into 2022, the DJI MINI 2 is seen as the staple of this category. But I would also say that this wee drone right here, the AUTEL NANO Plus, is being heavily slept on. To see how big of a slumber, then come on the journey of this comparison video with me, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm Jack from EDC and let's get into this exciting video. Just a quick disclaimer that what we do here at EDC is we scour the world for all the drones manufactured and bring the best of the bunch to you guys. We have no affiliation or priority to any one brand, however we do retail these drones through our website, which you can find the link to in the description. We know we'll never be the first channel to review or test a drone as we aren't sponsored in any way, but that means you will always get an honest opinion and real reactions. Anyway, back to the video. I've always said that DJI is very much like the Apple of drones. Very slick, very user-friendly. They are the leading company and for a good reason. However, big companies can get caught napping at times and that's where you can get some healthy competition. I believe with these two drones, there is a chance for an extremely healthy bit of competition. So how this video will work is I'm going to go into the price and specs of these two drones, then do some footage and built-in features comparisons, and then give a conclusion as to what I think is the better drone. I must say this is the first AUTEL drone I've had the luxury of testing out, and I'm very excited to see what it can do. So the Mini 2 at base price comes in at £419 and the Nano Plus comes in at £719. For the Fly More combo of the Mini 2, that will cost you £549, and for the premium combo for the Nano Plus will cost you £859. So you're looking at a £300, £310 price difference. The Nano Plus does come in 4 different colours, being orange, grey, white and red. I will say that the orange is a lot easier to spot than the Mini 2's grey colour that tends to blend in with grey skies especially. That's what we have most days here in Scotland. But anyway, let's get into what that extra money is going to get you. So specs, and we're going to quickly rattle through this and you'll very clearly see where some of that extra money is going. So here's a table showing all the specs side by side. So obviously you have the price difference, which we had discussed, then the fact they're both 249 grams. The Mini 2 does have a 1 to 3 minute difference in flight time, but it also has a smaller lens and a smaller sensor, and as well as that it only does 12 megapixels for the Nano's 50 megapixels. So in terms of footage and photos, on paper it's better, but we'll show some footage comparisons later. The Nano Plus is a 4x digital zoom, whereas the Mini 2 only has 2. I'll show you some some zoom capabilities of both cameras, if that's what you're interested in. They both have around a 10-kilometer transmission range. A big difference is of course the obstacle avoidance sensors, with the Mini 2 only supporting one-way obstacle avoidance, being downwards for helping you land and stuff. However, the Nano Plus offers both backwards, forwards and downwards. If this is your first drone and you're looking for specifically one under 250 grams because of drone laws, etc., then it's great to have these sensors to start off until you build up your confidence and control. The sensors do work really well and even tell you on screen your exact distance from any obstacle, which is a really neat feature for such a small drone. However, as good as it is to have sensors to start off with, a big reason I like using small drones without sensors is for flying through small gaps and tight areas. It has to be said that being able to fly a drone in a slower mode without sensors allows for some really great opportunities to get some shots where you're weaving past or through obstacles. And I must say I still prefer the feel of the Mini 2 over the Nano Plus. It just feels a lot more responsive and smooth. I think this may be down to the props, as the props on the Nano Plus just feel a bit flimsy and light, and this definitely shows when flying in slightly higher winds. With the Nano Plus, I wouldn't recommend flying in anything over 20 miles per hour, just to be on the safe side. So I'm just going to play some of the footage side by side here of the two drones. I'll show some straight out of the camera and then some with the same color grade to give you an idea. To keep it fair, I just left the settings of both on auto, as I believe most people buying these drones will do so. Now quickly on this shot, I must say I'm not a fan of the lens flare you get off the Nano Plus. It just doesn't look natural and blurs out a large portion of the image. Now these images can be very subjective, and it really depends on what you find more natural to the eye or what colors you prefer coming through each image. In this one, I'd say the Mini 2 is coping better with the shadows, and the movement of the drone is also better. Both drones here are in cine mode, and you see a real difference in speed. However, in the final image comparison, where I have graded both, I would say I prefer the colors of the Nano Plus much more than the Mini 2. Both have been graded using the exact same settings. To be honest, there isn't really a clear overall winner in my opinion, but at the same time, the lens flare could really be a major factor for me personally when deciding. In terms of built-in features, both drones offer the same. You know, they both offer quick shots, panoramas, that sort of stuff. Photography-wise, the Nano Plus does have 50 megapixels, whereas the Mini 2 has only 12 megapixels. So that it will be better in that department, especially if you use post-production software such as Lightroom, etc. Okay, conclusion time. Something that's never easy in a head-to-head battle between what I think are two great drones. And I think the best way to do this is to come up with a sort of pros and cons list. But we throw something out and decide which drone has the better of the two. So price obviously goes to the Mini 2's side. Flight time, again, will be the Mini 2 with that 1 to 3 minute extra time. Footage is a tough one, but I'm going to give it to the Nano Plus. I'm also going to add lens flare to the Mini 2. With 50 megapixels, the photos are going to be better with the Nano Plus, as well as the obstacle avoidance with the 3-way, which is very impressive for such a small drone. It still won't avoid tree branches like every other drone. Wind speed resistance will go to the Mini 2, but the orange Nano Plus definitely wins in terms of visual line of sight, which is a huge factor here in the UK. And of course, the Nano Plus has an extra zoom stop over the Mini 2. And finally, the overall feel of the drone when flying it, and I have to give this one to the Mini 2. Maybe this is because I'm used to DJI projects, so there may be some bias there. Now, as you can see, it's a draw, and this really comes down to what you're using the drone for. If certain factors are more appealing to one specific drone, then you can make your own decision. For me personally, I would be taking the Mini 2 out over the Nano Plus, but I'm keen to spend more time with this wee drone and see how far we can push it. It's a quality drone that has a great camera and impressive technology for its size. We here at EDC always invite a bit of competition, so I'm eager to see what AUTEL can come up with in the future. Speaking of the future, I've said this before and I'll say it again, there are rumours of a Mini 3 coming out from DJI, so hold on to your horses on any purchases until we see what the industrial fellows over at DJI have been working on. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, of course, and I'll catch you on the next video.